Well, good afternoon, and welcome to the first in a series of videos that I hope to record and publish to the channel that are a little bit free-ranging in regards to subject matter. It's what I've entitled the playlist My Journey, and this is really going to cover, as I said, a bunch of subjects, but it's really going to be more just my own little muses from the field of photography. So kicking things off today, kicking things off in a bit of a downer actually, after a shoot this morning didn't go according to plan. So yeah, I went down to Port Ballantrae. I had been there yesterday and to do a dawn shoot, which went reasonably okay. And this morning I thought I'd go back and shoot another area that I had looked at and thought there'd be maybe an image to be had there. The weather wasn't particularly, the weather was actually very interesting. There was lots of squalls coming through. So I love being at the edge of weather. But of course, one of the issues with being at the edge of weather systems is, it can quite often have an impact on your kit. So I'm using filters, both polarizer, grads, and normal ND filters. So of course, as the rain's coming in, you're getting rain on the front of your filters. I'm also shooting a seascape. So either the tide's coming in too much and actually moving the tripod, or in fact after a while it started to recede a little bit too much, meaning that the composition that I put together wasn't really working anymore. The rain then came down, hail came down pretty hard. I had an umbrella with me, popped open the umbrella, and the umbrella decided to completely just destroy itself in the wind. So I'm standing kind of 1 foot in the air, surrounded by water, hail coming in, camera and filters covered in rainwater and hail and goodness knows what else, and I'm feeling very frustrated. At the same time, I'm also dealing with light leaks using the filters. Also what looks to be some reflections coming in up from the filter use, even though I'm shrouding it in a cover. So all in all, left myself quite frustrated. Moved along a little bit to another part of the coastline, and this time the shoot actually went a little bit better. The problem was when I came home and looked at the image on the computer, one of those that looks better on the back of the screen than on the computer. I may play a little bit around with it, but I think it's basically a dead in the water from this morning. So why am I publishing this on the channel? Well, halfway through this morning's shoot, I kind of took a moment. I could have seen myself quite recently actually just packing up and jumping in the car and coming home and giving up on it. But I actually took a step back from the camera, took a deep breath, kind of reanalyzed the scene, and just sort of said to myself, this is a journey. Use this morning as a bit of education. Tough lesson, of course, because you do find yourself doubting your own skills, doubting your journey, perhaps. But actually, the more I thought about it and said, okay, let's deconstruct what's going on here, I started to actually attack some of those problems. And I wouldn't say I surpassed them, but I certainly felt as though I was actually learning something rather than it being a complete waste of time. The second part of the shoot that I thought maybe looked okay and didn't. Nothing wrong with the environment. There was nice light on the foreground, some moody looking clouds and some squalls in the background. But it just didn't really hold together as an image when I came home. But again, I left it for a few hours, came back. And while that individual image, or the images that I made this morning, probably will never see the light of day, I can see that there's probably an image to be had at that particular location. So even that has been a worthwhile exercise. So I guess what I'm saying is be prepared, especially in landscape photography, where the elements, your kit, your own expertise can sometimes fail you. In fact, quite often all three at once. But just be prepared for these. And rather than getting completely frustrated and just giving up, take a step back. Just look at the scene. Be thankful that you're actually outside part of this. And start to try to deconstruct the individual elements, the individual factors that are actually causing you a problem, and just approach them one at a time. I came home and there was nothing else for it but cook some homemade sausage rolls, which I did, and I've just had one, and they are good. The conditions outside look like could be a reasonable sunset, so I'm going to finish off charging up the batteries in the camera and head out the door. It's 3:15, so a couple of hours of maybe good light coming up. But I just thought I would share this little muse from my shoot this morning. As always, I hope you're enjoying these little videos that I'm posting to the channel. Feel free to subscribe or ask me any questions. And of course, hopefully you are gaining something from these little videos that I'm actually posting up. For now though, I may go get another sausage roll. Yeah, I think I will. See you later.